Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a tag video. I was tagged by my friend, the beautiful Jerusha Couture, to do the influenced tag video. If you haven't seen Jerusha's video already, I'll link it down below. I'm sure you have because she is literally an icon here on YouTube. Like, the best OG whatever. Melinda started this tag. She was like, maybe it'll be a tag, maybe it won't. Jerusha kind of was like, it's a tag. And she did a really good job going through like the history of her bag collection and like specifically who went and influenced her, you know, to buy certain things, which I thought was like a really great way to do it. But when I went through and I was like trying to think about my collection, and I grabbed a little bit of eye candy besides the stuff you see back here. So this is kind of what's left of my Louis Vuitton collection. I have my Neverfull and one other piece, but these three, the videos that I saw on these three SLG pieces, this is the Pochette Accessoire, the mini pochette, and the clay. I was obsessed with these items before I even got them. And it was people literally, Jerusha, also Minx for All. She was a huge influence for me back in the beginning of my Louis Vuitton collection journey. MS Panders 10 and BJ Taylor 02 and all of like the YouTube OGs, you know, the number of videos that they did on like what fits, how I use, what's in my bag. And it was always these amazing Louis Vuitton items. These are all over 10 years old now. They've got to be. They look like brand new, you know, maybe a little patina on the hardware, but other than that, they still look perfect. And just like watching YouTube back then, it was literally just like a woman with a camera and a bag, just excited to share it. And it was so much fun. And I remember like obsessively watching those videos and trying to save up for these items and then being like just beyond thrilled when I got them. Like, these will never leave my collection. Like, I'll just always, I don't know that even the last time that I used these, but they'll just always kind of be with me because that was the moment. It was so good. And that was like, you know, kind of before Instagram was really big. Like, Instagram hadn't even been acquired. Were they acquired by Facebook in 2013 or 2014? I can't quite remember. But it wasn't even like a big thing where you were sharing, you know, fashion and purses and all that. It was like literally cups of coffee, latte art. It was mostly like latte art. And so that was like my first kind of experiences with online influencing, was really through YouTube and luxury bags, because it was the only way that you could really find out about it, you know. And trying to reflect in like how, in what ways I've been influenced in the past. Like, another really big influence in my life is someone who's an influencer on Instagram, but now my friend in real life, Zoe Docus. We became friends a few years ago now, but she really influenced me when I started getting into Stony Clover, which all these backpacks back here, these are all like my Stony Clover backpacks. There's a little pochette, oh, it's too high. And so starting to get into Stony Clover during the pandemic, I was so inspired by her collection, and just the way that the brand works is there's nylon bags and then patches, and you can like customize it, and it's all about kind of like having a pouch for every situation, and, you know, having really aesthetic travel and being really organized. And I just got really into it in 2020. I mean, I'm still really into it, but she influenced me so much for building my collection with Stony Clover. And also like Love Shack Fancy. Love Shack Fancy was like really big in 2020. And I got really into Love Shack Fancy, and that was a really big influence. Okay, I wrote stuff down. But yeah, so basically, you know, as I try and like go through the things that I own, like, I know that I see things online and that it changes my mind about how I feel about certain makeup items or perfumes or makeup. But really, like, I don't necessarily think like, oh, this person told me to buy this mascara and it like didn't work out for me, or did work out for me. Like, I should probably track it more closely than I do, but like from where I stand, like even when I was like in college, like I was in a sorority in college and there were like all these girls, obviously there's like hundreds of girls, and like that was like a really big form of influencing, you know, and there's like this trope with sorority girls where it's like they all look the same, they all act the same, they all do the same stuff. It's kind of what people will say about influencers now, but I think that it's not because they are the same. I think it's because, you know, as you spend more time with someone, you become more like them. You become more like each other. And so if somebody found a really good lip gloss, then of course we would all go buy and get the lip gloss because it was a really good one, and we'd see it and be like, hey, I like that, now we want it. But then it's like, oh, all of you have like the exact same stuff, like get a personality. But it's like, get a personality, there's only, well, this is a bad example because there's like infinite lip glosses out there, but really there's only so many good lip glosses out there. There's only so many like good things out there that having the same thing as my friend or someone that I follow or someone that I know like doesn't bother me. And I would say it's not, I don't have it because they have it. I have it because they told me it was good. And it's pretty, you know, I've had it in the past where someone has told me something's good and then I'm like, oh, it's not for me. But that's like a system that fails pretty quickly. Like Melinda was talking about on her channel that she was like, I feel like some, you know, influencers, like they have to link all of the time, and she had these jeans from some place that like smelled really bad or something. But I feel like that influencer, if the stuff is actually bad, then they can only influence you one time, because you're not going to keep going back for like more stinky jeans, for example. And so if it's not authentic, like it breaks down pretty quickly. And so I feel like in this year, 2024, this modern era, like influencing has really started to become a bad word. And people, you know, will talk about, well, because like any word that gets associated with women, people are like always kind of make it a negative thing. And influencing is not necessarily like the most serious thing, especially as we talk about like fashion influencing and shopping influencing and all that. Like it's very much based in consumerism, but I think it's not all bad, because trying different products and saying that something worked for you or something didn't work for you, like it's helpful. I don't know. At the end of the day, I find it helpful. I love reading like review sites, but the thing about the review sites is you don't really know who's on the other side of the review. And the beautiful thing with social media is you can take the review and be critical, kind of like look at who's on the other side of the review and then use that to judge, oh, does this work for me or not? And so this is kind of like been a kind of lecture-y version of this tag video. Thank you for tagging me, Jerusha. I mean, you have definitely influenced me a lot, just like with like Louis Vuitton and luxury shopping, and also just like the videos that I make and being on YouTube. Like you've been a huge influence and had a huge impact on me. But I'm not like, oh, I bought a Kelly bag because Mel in Melbourne has a beautiful collection of Kelly bags. I wanted the Kelly bag already. You know, it's like, it's not pink because, I don't know, Morgan Butler has like pink bags, right? Like, no, it's pink because I like pink. So it's not really as one-to-one. Although I will say, okay, I will end the video on like a positive, non-theoretical note, saying that one of the really big influences for my handbag collection has been Amelia Rose Closet. I started following her probably, I want to say it was 2019. I don't know exactly. I can't remember when she started her channel. I think she's been around for a while, but I feel like I've been following her for many years now. I feel like I was following her before I started really getting into Chanel, because what I want to say is I was influenced by her handbag collection, which is so quintessentially her. you know, a lot of the handbag collections that I was following previously were like, well, in the very beginning, it was like everyone, all Louis Vuitton all the time. I mean, that's what I was watching at least. It was like all Louis Vuitton all the time. And then a few people started getting into Chanel, you know, like a few people would like spin out and be like, I've leveled up into Chanel. And then after Chanel, it's like Hermes. Like this is like the handbag graduation journey that people would comment on, and lots of people were talking on like at the purse forum when that was still like a really big place where people would go to have these discussions. And I just remember seeing Amelia Rose's collection, and it was so unique and specific to her. Not like I love her handbag collection, but I love it for her. It is obviously something that she loves, and it's obvious that it's like perfectly curated to her, and no one in the world will have something exactly like hers. And in my mind, I was like, that's the collection I need to start building. Like I need to get out of these, like collect all 3 Neverfulls, collect all 3 Speedies, like get the Delightful and the Alma and the, you know, Graceful and the whatever. But it just like having a collection that's like very unique to me, especially as I've like had more funds to invest in my collection, more to play with, making sure that it's like really true to like my own ethos and sticking to that. I think that's something that she influenced me to do, and I learned from her. So I hope that was interesting. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll tag some people down below, but if you haven't done this tag already, I tag you to do it if you're watching this video. So make sure when you do the video, you mention me, let me know that you did the video so I can go watch it. Okay, I hope everyone's having a really great day, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye guys.